Right, so hi everyone, we're just going to do a wee quick one. So I pulled this card earlier and I think I did pull it reverse, right? But we'll just keep it upright because I'm going to read both. So like I said, this is just like an add-on, the one that I just done, which is actually uploading. So ironically, you might end up seeing this first, but whatever. So I'm just going to read it. So, the garden and the gate, abundant prosperity, staying safe. But if we're applying this to the context of the channeling I've just done, I haven't watched it back, but it just appeared to be somebody that was coming up with every excuse under the sun to stay where they are. So we can see how that fits. I'm sure every one of us could take that for some area of their life. And if you say no, you're lying. I'm filled with regret. But they've just drew my attention to that and feelings. And I mean, that is Cancer season. Healing begins with feeling. Be gentle with yourself and tender with your heart. Oh, that's beautiful. So be gentle with yourself and tender with your heart if you're filled with regret about something. Yeah, I think is the message there, right? So this card shows a peaceful, oh yeah, so I'm just going to go, yeah, that was it. That was the context. So, you know, it's a channel for twin flames. So it's clearly going to be where a divine masculine is waking up and there's regret there, and where you're telling yourself, or they're telling themselves, they have to stay with the devil you know, whether it's a male or a female. But this can also make sense for divine feminines regardless of your gender too, and that's what I'm saying. This could literally make sense for anyone that's not a twin flame too. So we'll just see. This card shows a peaceful young woman in a beautifully blossoming garden with colourful flowers all around. However, the gate to the road outside the garden is locked. While the girl wears a key on the chain around her neck, this card upright bodes well for the financial scene. In fact, there may be a lot of money or other personal pleasures coming your way at this time, but be aware. The choice to stay in the seemingly security of this lovely garden may actually be motivated by a habit of fear or the unknown. Ah, right, so that, because basically I just had a real strong feeling I needed to read the book and I couldn't find it, right, which is always going to be a meaning within itself. You know, that you feel like you need the instruction manual or something, but really you know what the answer is before reading a book or asking anybody else. The answer's inside you. Cheesy but true. What I will just buffer that with is, like I always say, I'm not a fan of saying trust yourself so much as what you might find other people and actually other healers and other counsellors saying, because you can't trust yourself, in inverted commas, if you've been gaslit by everyone around you. And a lot of the people that come to me for help, that is actually the case. So, you know, when you've trusted yourself, in inverted commas, it's, you know, it's too zoomed in. It's because I'm using my personal phone, the other one, like, it's through there. You know what I mean? It's, yeah, it's very confusing. So not everybody can trust themselves that easily. So, you know, I know it can be a bit of a minefield, but what can be great is when you do find somebody that you can trust, like a healer, or like I said, I'm a healer, but because I've also got a background in counselling, it's when you actually talk to somebody that gets it and just allows you to talk about your own feelings and empowers you along the way. That's when, you know, you come up with your own answers. And I'm just laughing because the way that there's an aspect to my Pluto right now, which is very, like, you know, piercing. Yeah, but I mean, I've got, but you know, my Pluto in the 12th house is how I do all the work with people anyway, to get into your subconscious, to basically unpick the weeds that you've planted about yourself or that other people have contributed to you thinking, you know, bad about yourself, basically, or whatever, you know, whatever the deal is. You've got to uproot those limiting beliefs and plant the seeds of, basically you've got to uproot the seeds of doubt that have been planted and lay new soil and plant new helpful ones. And it does take patience, you know, it takes a lot of patience, because these feelings can be really linked to the past and past lives. And look, they're pulling me another card that says regret there, a different card. My intention was not to hurt you. I'm so ashamed and embarrassed. I can't bear to look you in the eyes and tell you everything. I can't stand the thought of making you cry. Just let me build up the courage to confront us. Sorry for laughing, that was out of nerves, and wow, I actually done that at 441. So definitely, this is definitely divine masculine in regret, and that's very linked. That card is very linked. That wasn't even the one that one didn't come up in the big readings, but so that's how linked it is. That was one of the cards that, well, maybe it did, I can't remember it, but the point is, there's a lot of regret holding some people back when all they want to do is talk to you. So anyway, let's just read the rest of this, because oh my god, and this chaos could be the chaos of somebody pretending to be somebody else is what could be, the shit could be hitting the fan, because the cards just fell on the floor, but I'm tidying them up anyway, I'll fix that after. So but yeah, that's basically what I'm saying, is that feels like it's getting at people that, you know, you could have all the money in the world and you could have a big fancy house, a big fancy car and a big fancy job, and you know, your family might look like 2.4 amazing family on Facebook and all the rest of it, but you know, the truth of it is, the trauma of it could be like, you could be very unhappy. So we all know that this can be the case, and I just said that 555 big changes. So yeah, it's be careful of choosing security over your happiness. You know, the beauty is enticing and worth enjoying, but you may not be giving your spirit the freedom to roam. While it's fine to amass a great deal of wealth, don't let it keep you from your karmic path of living, or from living your truth. And karmic path in that sense is something that is, you know, you're meant to live out. Like, so some of you, it might be that you're meant to live, you know, you're meant to leave behind this like amazing, you know, wealthy life, and actually go and live an abundant, wealthy life of a different kind, but you've got literal less money, but you're happier because you're actually where you want to be with who you want to be. And then sometimes you can ironically attract a lot of money because you're in the happiness. So you have the choice to shift your focus, widen your spiritual perspective, and gain the world that is just outside your gate. Now, we did pull it reverse, so I'll feel guided to do that. So now let's see, but I feel it's because both messages could make sense. Also, this particular card's on page 96 and 97, so again, I feel this is somebody that's like nearly 100% there. Like, I think I've been using the term like teetering on the edge. It's like somebody's on the edge, or in counselling we would call this like something is on the edge of somebody's awareness, and then they're making me pick up the butterfly, and in one of the decks that I've got, that card is things coming to light. So things are coming to light in this person's awareness or your awareness, which is unlocking things. And then that makes sense because the cards from the other deck were like, I know I blocked our union, but it was specifically this person's wake up, because it says I'm waking up, I know I blocked our union, and it was something to do with the people around someone. Again, same story every day, but that's what came out. If this card's reversed, it indicates a happy choice to open the door to a more spiritual pursuit. So again, in this case, I feel this is about somebody's made a choice to follow their twin flame, right? Because when you follow your twin flame, you're choosing yourself, remember, because as long as it's your true twin flame, that is the other half of you. It is what your soul longs to live out. Which is why it's ironic when we can ghost, you know, when the divine masculine can ghost the divine feminine, but it's all part of the journey. Look what was behind that. Heal the past and fix tomorrow. And Cancer is about the past. We're in the dark moon in Cancer, so there's a lot of deep shadow work, there's a lot of deep feelings, so you know, spend some time yourself if you can. But look, the next card is Door to Value, and that's what I just said. New beginnings in finance or career. That these romantic twin flame connections are also linked to a lot of like attracting a lot of abundance, like money and happiness, but it's because you're with the right person, right? So you may have been obsessed with worldly issues before, and divine masculines were, so this is very much a divine masculine message. Or like I said, it can make sense to divine feminines too, with your divine masculine side, but more feels for a divine masculine, that, you know, predominant energy. But your readiness to go deeper is now here. Many people, and look, the alarm's going off in the next room, time's up. Many people believe that they cannot live in a material world, make lots of money, and engage in spiritual priorities at the same time. But you now realise that this isn't true. This is why I had such a strong calling to read this from the book. So linked. In fact, you can bring this wonderful spiritual focus to any endeavour. And when you do, you'll find that beyond your garden, the universe is willing to fill your life with beauty and joy. Expect unexpected, for joyous synchronicity abounds. So it feels like somebody's already made a decision to follow this path, and it just feels like somebody that's getting it. This feels like somebody that's stepped into their higher self and they get it. So if that's not you, it doesn't mean it's not your message, you just might not have stepped into that yet. If this is you and you're there, I guess you'll know. So I am blessed with I am blessed with an abundantly spiritual life. Every day in every way, my joyous prosperity grows and grows. And yeah, I'll just leave that there. So yeah, it's reached 10 as well, and 10 is about not quite the end, not quite the beginning, the liminal space. And we are in that energy because we're like not quite the new mint, not quite the new moon, and I'm starting losing my words, that could be significant too. We're not quite at the new moon, and we're not at an ending either, we're not a full moon, but I really do feel this dark moon in, well, it's in Gemini just now, but this dark moon in Gemini is about taking that time yourself, and especially if you've got a lot of racing thoughts going on, but this seems to be pretty clear cut. This is somebody that's made up their mind, and it's, if it's linked to the bigger one, it's got a lot to do with thanks to the toxic people around that have made it crystal clear where this person wants to go. So if that resonates, that's yours. Please like, comment, subscribe. See you later.